Alright, so today is going to be a kind of simple and kind of complicated video at the exact same time because I don't know what to call this video, for instance. But it's going to be me comparing the two really faithful versions of Silent Well. The one down there in the corner is the original, and this one right here is a recreation, but you know what I mean. Oh, hi, Twitter. First of all, Discord, stop it! First of all, is the original. Well, yes and no, it's a reissue. I've said this before. Get some shots. This thing is definitely from the 1980s. It is really big. It's not like this worthless hunk of plastic, and it's definitely not a bad game. It has shown its age though, and not in a bad way. And I say that because I'm not going to poke fun at or disrespect a man who is literally dead. There's one, no merit to doing that, and two, it'd be disrespectful and blasphemous. Like, that's the entire reason for those who are curious why I made the Simon retrospective playlist thing, whatever you want to call it. It was in honor and memory of Ralph H. Baer. And for those who are curious, yes, I am pronouncing his last name properly. Most sources, even professional sources such as the Ultimate History of Video Games, which I believe was either 2001 or 2011, they always pronounce it as Bear, which is inaccurate. Even more so, like his actual birth name was Rudolf Heinrich Baer. So I thought I'd point it out. Like, not saying anyone's wrong or, not targeting anyone, just pointing it out to be helpful is all. But this is the quote unquote original Simon. This is my 1984 reissue. It runs on two D batteries and the 9 volt, whichever one is which. One powers the sound, the other one powers the actual computer. I'm not sure if I have the roles reversed, like if this one is the sound, this one is the CPU, whatever. I'm not good at that kind of stuff for some reason. But, social media. But this is, well, as far as the original design, as far back as I can go. I do have Super Saiyan from 1979. It is in there. I'm not going to do it in this video. I don't think there's any merit to doing that because I'm just focusing on like the original layout. But I will play a little bit of it. You're probably not going to be able to see it unless I try and play it while facing the screen. I can try and do that. Oh, come on. That's fine. Very strange pattern. That's actually game one on level one. I actually say that because I don't. It's not even more that I don't want to. I don't have time to do like a full game. I actually don't know how many points it maxes out on skill level 4. I had to double check and make sure that I was speaking coherently again. That's actually why it was right there. I'm going to put this back with the other games that I have in my collection. A lot of the old ones, especially. Stop it! Um, and next up, as I promised, is the recreation remake of the original Simon. This is the only case. There's actually a few rare cases in which I specify the year in which this came out. This is the 2020 reissue. For those who are curious, for those who missed my retrospective playlist thing in which I specify the specific information, the specific details for me. This was great, like a light grayish color, which was an awesome idea for color contrast as opposed to, it blending in. Like, I actually have a hard time telling you add a power, volume, high score button, which, yes, that's what that does. The word Simon was solid white as opposed to, it's kind of a metallic finish, which shows up on camera. And on the back, there would be 2 grips, which they are gone. And the game was heavier because it ran on 3 AA as opposed to which what this one runs on, which is 3 AAAs. It's definitely a lot lighter, like really lightweight. I also really love how faithful this thing is to the original, like to a T. It's missing the buttons and switches here. That's kind of to be expected because it wants to look modern and classic at the exact same time. But you know how the original Simon has like the really rough and scratchy kind of button texture? Listen carefully. Like right down to a T. It's replicated perfectly. And I'm not sure if this will show up because it's hard to capture this. It's hard to capture this on any kind of camera. But the little design is captured there as well, recreated. I don't know what that's actually called, but it is awesome that Dan Clifton recreated that. And they bring that because Clifton or Simon started in 2014 with Simon Swipe. I thought I'd point that out to avoid redundancy and avoid confusion as well. Also, Twitter, stop it. Discord. Not sure if that picked up on camera, but Discord's going off as well. This thing does actually keep track of your high score, even when the game is turned off, which this one turns off by itself. I love the kind of retro 8-bit beeping kind of inspired sound design that Dan Klitzner went for with this one. And you can actually adjust the volume. That's something that you couldn't do with the original. You can have it be completely mute, low, medium, or high. And if you hold it down, it reports your score. In case anyone was curious what that was, do like that low pitch noise. That's 10, and doot doot. Like when it flashes just one light, that's 1 point. So I have 12 points. Play a little bit. I'm about to turn off. Ah! 8. I thought it was 9 points. Wait for it to power down. I don't know why I love that sound so much. I love the sound design, like in both of those, but like this one seems more futuristic and retro at the exact same time, which is definitely admirable. But yeah, I guess this is the part of the video where compliment the games for their overall aesthetics. So I guess I should get the original 1984 reissue of Simon out again. Because that's kind of what people expect. Hold on. I'm going to just hold up to the camera real quick, not, sit down, hold it up to the camera. While it is old, it is definitely a classic. And as I said earlier, I don't want to disrespect the inventor of Simon, Rudolf Heinrich Baer. Like, this is literally the world's very first electronic game in history. That was not like a joke or exaggeration. I had to check that out. I had to make sure that I got my facts right. But yeah, for something that was originally released in 1978 and was faithfully recreated, like there was a 1980s version, which that's what mine is, and it would also be revised and redesigned in the 1980s. The 1990s, pardon me, with social media, stop it, with this version of the game. Hold on. It's pretty much the exact same thing. The buttons have like this texture. The logo is kind of hand drawn, yes, and the sound design is altered. Like it's kind of hard to tell if you're not as dedicated as I am to this stuff. You'll seem kind of lost or won't care about that. But my initial thing is you're not really missing much. There actually are two variants of this particular variant. Well, two versions. I mean, one that runs on C batteries and 9 volt, and one that runs on D batteries and 9 volt. But other than that, they are pretty much the exact same thing. both of those back. And then, of course, as I mentioned and as I showed off, I can actually show this one off while sitting down because it's still out. There is the classic version of the game. I again love how compact and sleek and efficient designed it is and how it recreates the texture of the buttons from the original. It is a really awesome recreation of the game. And I guess that's a great segue into people, asking me which version of the game do I recommend. It's entirely up to you, like your opinion and perspective, whatever. If you want to start from the beginning, don't go for our original, by the way. Like, as much as I will always respect Rudolf Heinrich Baer, not to mention the entirety of Simon, and, for Rudolf Heinrich Baer, literally creating the world's first electronic game in existence. Like, without that, we wouldn't have Bop-It, Tittletoes, Flip Slide, and so many more. I'd say go for it, but just take my advice, my very important advice that people should take. Never buy a used Simon, like, of any kind. The old ones, at least. Any of the 70s or 80s ones, and a few of the 90s ones, not all of them, might want to, like, over-exaggerate or overreact, whatever. Yeah, don't go for any of those used. I learned that lesson the hard way. Trust me, oh good lord. That's why my pocket Simon, its audio cut out because it was used and it was way too old because blah. If you can find one new in the box, one of the old ones, again, get it brand new. But if you want to, like, experience Simon for the first time but not pay that much money, this is one of your safer bets. It's not like, the best. Again, I avoid saying that. It's one of the greats, though. And even by that criteria, there's different versions of Simon that have come out in recent years. Like, one of the fan favorites is Simon Micro Series, which, yes, I will be getting to that at some point in the exact same video when I review Bop-It Micro Series, which I did say I wasn't going to review at first, but I thought it'd be a great idea to put both of them in the exact same video to prevent redundancy as much as possible. I'm going to turn it off. Come on, dude! So, yes. I will just... Actually, no, it's right here. I don't want to be lazy. There's also what I call the Vader Simon, or Simon Darth Vader Edition. It's advertised as Simon Darth Vader game, but, just call it Vader Simon or Simon Darth Vader Edition, whatever. It's literally identical in terms of gameplay and somewhat, in terms of gameplay and overall sound design, whatever. Oh, there it goes. These are pretty much identical. Like, they're more or less the exact same thing in terms of gameplay structure, at least. So, again, it's entirely up to you. Like Bop-It, Simon is divided by specific eras, so it's literally entirely up to you. Which I will leave in the description. Check out my Simon playlist retrospective thing for more context. It's definitely worth checking out. And no, I'm not saying that, subscribe to my channel for the next video. Crap. No, I prefer being informative and entertaining than doing that tacky stuff. So, with that being said, this is Sir Bop-A-Lot, signing out.